And you're ready to go.
That was fun. All right. Hey, y'all, this is Damon from Deco Exchange, and we are going to do a little bit of crafting, and we have the whiteboard for a little bit of business work after we craft. So let's not waste any time, and let's jump right into our design. Parker, can you give me the overhead cam?
Got it.
All right, y'all, so I went out to our local Michael's and I found just a few things that I thought would make a quick and easy, simple fall wreath. What I like about this design is that it's a design that you can use over and over again for every holiday and every season. So we're gonna do a grapevine with our sign in there, add ourselves a bow, and put a little bit of filler. Y'all, one of the things that I tell people all the time is that you don't have to make a million different designs. You should focus in on just a few designs that work really well for you and your customer base. And as you start making more of those and selling more, you can start to adventure out into more pieces. Y'all, have you heard that Michael's started a wholesale program? It's Michael's Pro. If you go to michaels.com, scroll down about halfway through the first page, they have a whole thing about it. You can register your wholesale license, get all the things. And one of the things that was on Michael's Pro is grapevines. We all love a good grapevine. So y'all, let's get our sign attached. Y'all, I think they just launched Michael's Pro this week, or last week. Wholesale at Michael's, that's right. All right, so y'all, this one has a nice frame around it. We're gonna get us a pipe cleaner or something attached here and something attached on this side just to hold it in place for us. Y'all, for me personally, when I add stuff like this, I like to try to cover most of the grapevine on one side and leave the other side open to add our florals and bows and all those good things. All right. You guys love Michael's grapevines. How exciting. You guys are excited for wholesale, right? Y'all, I missed the whole sign. That was good. Well, I got half the sign, not the whole sign. There we go. Y'all, I always like to add a little bit of glue around those staples just for a little extra protection.
Say it's not wholesale, but it's great bulk discount.
Okay, I misspoke. It's not wholesale, it's bulk discounts. Debbie and Lafayette. So smart using a staple gun. Look, I don't have time to be adding all those screws and stuff that, y'all, just staple that on there. You'll be good. When using a grapevine, do you remove the leaves? I do not. The whole part of using a grapevine is to get that natural look. Y'all, and I definitely stapled these backwards. So y'all, we're just gonna go the opposite direction. So we'll just push that grapevine, that pipe cleaner right through the grapevine. Bulk discounts. Y'all, who doesn't like a good bulk discount? It's hard to talk and craft at the same time. Yeah. Y'all.
So they want to know
what
size
that one.
is the grapevine that he's using.
What size is the grapevine?
This was a 16-inch grapevine. I cracked you up, you know? Y'all, if you can't have fun when you craft, what's the point? And there's the 18-wheelers that we were talking about. All right. Y'all, we're gonna call that mistake on purpose, because the other way, the thankful would have been buried into our bow. Now we have this side where if some of the ribbon tails come down, they're only gonna cover some of the pumpkin and not part of the word thankful. So it all happens on purpose. All right, y'all, I don't know about you, but I love to make my bows on the Easy Bow Maker. It just makes life easy for me. I don't know about you guys, but I am a multitasking crafter. So I may start my bow and then remember that I have this ribbon that matches it perfectly, but it's like on the other side of the room. So I got to walk away from my bow, go grab it, come back. If I have it in my hand, it's a hot mess. I can't. So the Easy Bow Maker for me. Y'all, before we do that, let's talk about one of the questions that we get all the time. I just saw it. How do you pick your ribbons? So for me, I like to look at what's in the sun and then just find some colors that go with it, right? So this one matches pretty well. We could use this orange. Y'all, in all of these ribbons, everything that we're using tonight can be found at Michael's. Right, so we've got oranges, browns, the greens, all the stuff right from the sun. Y'all, don't overthink it and don't make it overcomplicated. What's up, Christy Hawkins? Y'all, but here's the thing. Blue is supposed to be huge this fall. We've seen it everywhere. So if we wanted to, we could bring in a little bit of fall blue colors. Let me see. We could bring in a little bit of the blues, throw in a little bit of blue floral, and bring it back to a trendy color versus just a normal color. Y'all, this sign is basically painted like on a window screen. That's why you can see through it. Y'all want to do some blue? We'll do some blue.
So is the sign that he's using, is it like a screen? Because they can kind of see through it. So they want to know what's going on.
The sign, D. Is it like a screen door?
I just answered that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's on a, it's like a window screen.
I'm not listening to you. I'm listening to them.
Oh, well, what's that? No, you're still good. All right, y'all, let's bring in a little bit of that blue. You love adding the blue? It looks a little bit like chalkboard. It's not. It's definitely some type of screen print that they just kind of put right on top of there. All right, y'all, let's get us about a 12-inch tail. We're gonna pinch it right down the center. All the supplies that you see tonight, y'all, you can get at Michael's. All right, give it a little twist. Slide it right in the middle. We're gonna do about a 6-inch loop. And about 8 inches on the other side. Christina says she's got everything that we're using. Awesome. How do you know which you should place the ribbon, which order? Listen, don't make it complicated. It doesn't matter. Y'all, it doesn't matter. I promise. Just keep going. If you like it, it's good. Y'all, and it's also thundering here now. That's fun. So another 12-inch tail. Y'all, one of the things that stop people the most when they're being creative is thinking that they have to follow some rule or that it's gonna be wonky. Y'all, don't let the fear stop you from just having fun with your project. First time ever on a Zoom, Donna. It'll be fun. Christian said she's ready to go to Michael's for that awesome sign. Well, listen, our Michael's closes a little bit early right now, so don't run off. You can go in the morning when I'm not live. Overthinking ruining my designs. I'm telling you, like, it'll take the joy right out of it for you. All right, so y'all, it's just one loop and 2 tails on both sides. We're probably gonna do one more layer. I like a little extra ribbon. Also, that next layer will give you a chance to bring this tail back over here on this side. Joyce says she has an easy bow maker, but she hasn't used it. Joyce. Break it out, friend. Y'all, this time, make your loops just a little bit smaller.
So we have a few questions. When doing 2 matching grapevine wreaths for double doors, do you place the bows on the outside and the greenery on the opposite side if you don't have any signs? So to mirror them?
They're asking if you do double doors. Do you mirror? What do you mirror? What do you do?
If I do double doors, they're basically exactly mirrored. So y'all, my screen just like jumped a little bit. I don't know if it jumped on your guys too, but mine did. So if we do double doors, I would take this exact same thing and I would mirror it the other way. So another grapevine, my sign would be on this side, and then my 2 bows would be in the center.
And does it matter what size sign you use?
Does it matter what size sign you use?
Does it matter which size sign you use? I would tell you that it needs to be appropriate to the project that you're making. Like if I had a 24-inch grapevine, I wouldn't want a 6-inch sign on it. Yeah, Rhonda, unfortunately, the Zoom just doesn't give us high quality for the Mevo as what we're used to. Finally found us. Any other questions?
Are all the ribbons wired?
Are all the ribbons wired?
Are all the ribbons wired? I feel like that's a trick question from someone. But yes, all the ribbons are wired. So all of these ribbons came out of the fall section and they were all wired. Make sure you just test it to make sure that yours are wired whenever you're buying them. I personally only used wired ribbons in my bows. That way they hold their shape.
So do you go from the widest ribbon down to
They're
the
saying there's a
skinniest?
sound problem.
I can hear this one.
Okay.
Can y'all hear okay?
Yeah, we can hear just fine.
Yeah.
There was a pretty blue truck one. You mean this one right here, Asia?
They're asking about the width of the ribbon. Do you always start with the widest one at the bottom?
No, you just layer them any way you want. I usually go wide is the word we want, y'all. Wired at the bottom, wide. Yay. Wide at the bottom, too narrow at the top. But in the fall section, I only found I found two, 1.5 inch. And one is gold and one is stark white and blue. So it wouldn't work in this bow. So I'm just going with all 2.5 inch. All right, so we're just gonna twist this off real quick. When making the grapevine wreath, do I like part of the vine to show? Yes, I do personally. All right, so I'm gonna get my bow propped up over here on the side where the majority of the bow is over the top of the pumpkin and the ribbon streamers will hang down the side. Elf loves it. That's a fun name. Y'all, okay, so see how this grapevine is pretty tight? The easiest way to defend that, to defeat that, I can't talk tonight, y'all, is use needle nose pliers and just run those needle nose pliers up through your grapevine. Give it a little pinch and pull it back down. What determines if you use pipe cleaners or zip ties? Y'all, I never use zip ties with my bows. I personally think the zip ties scrunch your bow up a little too much, and it's just not something that I like. All right, y'all, and those little short tails at the top, just kind of give it a little bit more junk in its trunk, y'all. All right, let's trim our tails down a little bit. They're asking to see the back?
Yeah.
Okay, there's nothing going on back there yet.
They want to see how you attach the sign on the back.
Oh.
I got you. Right now.
Is there any way to determine how big you should make your bow?
Y'all,
The
this is
loops
just
and the
dovetailing.
tails.
So we're folding it in half, non-wired side to wired side, and just cutting at an angle.
She was asking, how do you decide how big to make your bow?
I will tell you that almost all of our bows are in between the 6.5 to 7 inch on the loops every single time.
And did you glue your dowels to your bow maker?
Of
Someone's
course,
having a
if you were
problem with their
making
dowels coming
a
out.
12-inch wreath, your bow would be the size of your wreath. So you have to kind of range it. Most of my grapevines are always between 14 inches and 16 inches, which gives me about a 6.5 to 7 inch bow, 14 inches total.
They're asking if you glue in the dowels for the bow.
No.
Just get a rubber hammer and hit those things in.
Yeah. Both of them.
Try again.
Y'all, I don't know what's going on with the cameras today. You're good? Okay. So we flipped it over. All we did was run the pipe cleaners through the grapevine and twisted them off. At the end, we'll trim those extra length on the, y'all, and also what happens every single night out here is our neighbors cut their grass. Can you guys hear that in the background? Literally, there has never been a single time where I came in here and went live and our friends didn't cut their grass.
So if they don't have an easy bow maker, do you have any tips or tricks how they can make these bows?
They're asking if you don't have that easy bow maker, do you have any tips?
If you don't have an easy bow maker, yeah. Y'all, so if you don't have an easy bow maker, make this same type of bow. So what I would do is I would take my ribbon strips and I would cut them about 31 to 32 inches. We lost one. All right. Then pull about 11 inches on the tail, pinch it, twist it around, and then just flip it over. Right? And then do the same thing, just go in the opposite direction. Y'all, this is the easiest hand bow to make. You're basically just making little awareness ribbons and layering them on top of each other. It will definitely the easiest. And then once you twist it all together and fluff it out, it'll make the same bow that I made here.
So if the larger the bow, do you think the better quality ribbon you need to
Parker raises his hand like he's in
look
class.
good?
Just to help you understand, I'm trying to make you not cut off right here.
Okay.
She's asking, the bigger the bow, do you need like a heavier wire or a higher quality ribbon?
No. But I will tell you, no matter what size the bow is, if you use a ribbon that doesn't have a good wire in it, it doesn't matter the size of the bow. It's gonna be floppy. What type of camera are we using? We use the Mevo. All right, y'all. My next favorite thing is to just find a single bush of greenery that has a lot of texture in it. Y'all, especially if you're just starting out and you don't have a good grasp on how to match things around, this has everything that you need in one spot. Y'all, and then we'll just start adding these pieces right around the top and the bottom. Kind of giving it the same shape as our overall sign. Oh, thanks, y'all. What kind of wire cutters? Lynette, here's the little thing. Those wire cutters don't have a brand. But if you want to just Google some, there are mini bolt cutters. My tools isn't going to have a mini bolt cutter. But, no, that's what this is. Look. So this is like a regular bolt cutter. This is what's called a mini bolt cutter. All right, y'all. So I personally don't really care for this little wispy thing. Like, it got bent in my bag, and it would take me more time to straighten that out than I'm gonna focus on a project, y'all. Like, time is money if you're trying to do this as a business, and we don't have time for that. So just take out the piece you don't like. Does Rochelle know if they carry like pick machines and stuff? Because those are like game changers too for people.
Raina, do you know?
Oh, ask that again.
It's called a pick machine. It attaches a metal pick to the end of florals and stems. Do you know if Michael's carries that?
I do not. Let me look real quick.
All right, so y'all, we just want a little bit of greenery to kind of help hold our bow where it goes. All right, y'all, we're gonna pick up the tails. How long have I been a designer? Y'all, I have been making wreaths since 2013, with like a official business since 2015. Yeah. You have the most difficulty with the color combination. Literally just pick out a sign and go with it. Are you gluing your stems in? Charlotte, I am. I am using y'all, this is a skillet like you would cook in. And I just cut up glue sticks and throw them in this skillet.
So I went ahead and took a look. We do not have a pick machine at the moment.
No pick machines.
So Damon, do you
Okay,
prefer to add the bow first or the greenery first?
Y'all, whenever you're buying your floral stems, you're gonna want to pay attention to that because, all right, let's say this stem right here, right? This stem has some pieces that are very thin. If I tried to cut this, put some glue on this and add this into my grapevine, it would melt before I got it in there, right? So whenever you're shopping, if you don't have a pick machine, make sure that your stems are nice and thick. That way you don't have to worry about going through all the extra steps of adding picks to them. Y'all, so if you don't have a pick machine, they have these sticks called floral picks, and you would literally put this on there and tape it on there and then put it in. Y'all, I have just personally learned to, when I shop, to make sure that my stems will do their job themselves. Like, y'all.
They're asking if you always do the greenery after the bow, or sometimes you do the bow first.
I always do my bow first. Well, that's not true. So y'all, if it was, I don't have an example for you. Okay. So y'all, let's say this was two really nice flower stems. And all I wanted to do was put these two stems together, zip tie them, and use them as a swag. I would put that and then put my bow on there. If I'm gonna cut the bush apart, I go ahead and add my bow first. I can't see you, there's a bright light here.
They want to know what type of glue he's using.
Sure. Y'all, Parker grabbed one real quick.
I'm so sure. What type of glue do you use?
I use industrial glue. So y'all, for example, this whole piece right here is one large greenery stem that we found, right? So I wasn't gonna cut that up to put it back together. I literally just put two stems into this grapevine and added a bow on the top, right? Like if it's already put together, we're not gonna rework it.
It's also 7:30.
It's also 7:30. All right, we're almost done. Y'all, we don't want to rework it. How many of y'all are just crafters and how many of y'all are like craftpreneurs or makerpreneurs? Right, if you're doing this just because you like to hot glue stuff together and you're a fun crafter, maybe you do it a little bit different. For me, y'all, whenever I was making just wreaths, I also had a full-time job. So I needed to do what was smart, what was fast, and what still looked good, right?
Do you have any tips or tricks for matching your ribbon to your mesh?
No, also, side note, these were listed as summer florals, but y'all, they match our scheme perfectly. So anytime you go to Michael's, make sure you check out the section that they've discounted, because that's a quick way to add a lot of extra texture for a fraction of the price. And they match perfect, right?
They were asking about matching ribbon and mesh. That's something you worry about.
Matching ribbon and mesh, like for a deco mesh wreath?
Yes.
Well, I mean, your mesh should match your project for sure. And your ribbon should match your project. So in theory, your mesh and your ribbon should match. But I wouldn't stress about it because most of your mesh is going to be covered. Right, so if this was a mesh wreath, I would go with either a orange, blue color, a burlap, something very neutral to make everything else pop behind it. So I have tips on pricing your wreaths. My formula is very simple. I like to do materials times 3. Y'all, all this stuff is from Michael's. So y'all, in this piece, I'm just gonna make a nice one area here, one coming out this way, and one coming out over here. That triangle pattern does really well and makes it pretty easy when you're trying to figure out your layout. Wow, that's simple. What if you got it on sale? Would you do sale price? All right, I'll be completely honest with you. If I got it on sale, I do not list it at the sale price because your goal is to have someone to ask you to make another one just like it, right? So what happens if this week Michael's had a coupon for an extra 20% off and you got this sign for an extra 20% off today? But next week, it's not on sale anymore. So if you sold it at a discounted price and the customer already saw it at that discounted price, what are you going to do? Go back and say, oh, I'm sorry, this week it's $40 more? You can't, right? So let me backtrack, right? So if it is something that I bought on clearance and I'm never going to use it again, I can't remake it, it's a one of a kind, then I take that into consideration. But if I'm making something like this early in the year, and I want to sell this more than once, full price every time times 3. Now, let's say this sign I got in February on clearance and there's not another one like it, I can't remake it, then I might take that into consideration when I do my math. But most likely, I'm going to do sticker price times 3. Y'all, ask me how I know about that getting one on coupon thinking you got a good deal. I think we sold that wreath 4 or 5 times, and only the first time was the product on sale. So I made like $6 off the wreath the next 4 times that I had to remake it. All right. Y'all, one more tip, then we're going to go into some business stuff real quick. This is probably one of the questions that I get asked every single time I go live. What happens when the sign is thin and you try to staple it? Y'all, Michael's has this stuff called Fun Foam. You buy it in a giant block. It comes in a whole multitude of colors. I like to make it match my sign. What did Lauren say, Asia? I missed it. Right? Y'all, then you can make these a little bit thicker. So that you can staple, right? And it doesn't go through the front. Y'all, this whole pack of Fun Foam is like a couple bucks. And you get, I don't know, 50 sheets or something. It's crazy. It's a large stack. So that's how I use that, right? All right. So y'all, let's talk about if you were going to be a preneur out of this, right? And you were going to sell this. So first thing that I would tell you is to make sure that you grab some good photos. You're going to want good photos. Photos are what sell your product online. Right? So number 1, product. Number 2. Hopefully this isn't backwards. Good photo, right? Yeah, it's not Whiteboard Wednesday tonight, it's Whiteboard Tuesday. All right, y'all, and when I say good photos, so if you're selling on Etsy, it allows you to have 10 photos or 9 photos in a video. Or maybe it's 10 photos in a video now. I'd have to look. But y'all, get a photo. Maybe I can use the camera to do it. There's the rain, y'all. So you want one photo that shows the whole project, right? Then get another photo that focuses in on the main focal point, the thankful sign. How loud is that? Y'all, then we want a photo of the bow. Y'all, then with your camera, try to get like an angle shot so someone can see how big the bow is, right? Get some good angles, right? So there's good photos, 10 plus a little video. Y'all, that video can be just like this, right? So you're videoing the whole thing. You're gonna zoom in. You're gonna pan around. You're gonna zoom back out. That's it. That's it. Right? Don't be crazy. Like, you don't have to go into Photoshop and add it to a wall. Y'all, do I use music? Absolutely not. Right? Huh? Whatever you take with your phone. Y'all, then you're gonna describe it. Environmental shot. So the y'all, Claudette, don't post that. Thank you. They went to all panelists, not everyone, but. So number 3, describe it. Describing is hard for you. Here's the thing. Is everyone only talking to panelists, or can I talk to each other too? I don't know. You're good.
Everybody's talking to everybody.
Y'all, so whenever you think description, don't think about what you just did. Y'all, if you think a customer is ever gonna go on Etsy and type in grapevine wreath with a screen with a pumpkin on it, they're not. They're not. It's just real life. They're gonna go on there and type in thankful fall wreath, right? They're gonna go in there and type in fall wreath with orange and blue. I see one of the largest mistakes that I see when I'm reviewing Etsy shops is people get into the technical details, right? Y'all, your customer, if they're searching for like a number 9 ribbon, it's probably not on a wreath, right? That's floral design terms. If they're searching for a number 40 ribbon, y'all, I couldn't even tell you what a number 9 and number 40 is because I don't consider myself a florist, right? Grab a ribbon that you like, put it on the wreath. If your customer is searching for industry-specific terms, like how you would describe it whenever you're trying to shop, it's probably not right. One of the things that you can do, that I used to do when I worked in the corporate world, is whenever I finished a wreath, I would take a shot of that wreath and I would send it to some of my coworkers and I would say, hey, how would you describe this? I always tell how many ribbons are on the wreath. Is that okay? So would a customer go to Etsy? All right, how can I describe this? And most of you guys are women, so let me talk about in women terms, right? So whenever you need a new pair of shoes, do you go to Google and type in, I want a pair of white tennis shoes with 6 holes for laces and 22 rivets on the bottom so that I don't slip? No, right? If you ask that designer or that company the benefits of their shoes and you were talking technical, they may tell you like normal shoes have 8 little rivets on the bottom so you don't slip. These have 22, right? Because they're describing the technical benefit of their product. You have to think like a shopper, right? And also, like, that shopper is not going to go on there and type in, you know what, I need new tennis shoes. Google tennis shoes, right? They're going to get billions of tennis shoes. They're going to say, hey, I want high top tennis shoes. Hey, I want running tennis shoes, right? So describe what is on it and not your list of ingredients are the technicalities. Tracy said, I want wide tennis shoes with lots of color, right? So the same way that you would shop for a pair of pants or a pair of shoes, all those things right here. You get it, a cake, not flour, eggs, milk, and mixture, right? Would you go to the baker and say, hey, I want the cake with 3 eggs in it? You wouldn't, right? So we had a product, we have good photos plus 10, we have 10 good photos and a video, and we would describe it. But we want to describe it just like a customer would. Now, if you've ever been coached by me, you know that I preach over and over again to use your full title, and tags. But y'all, that's really a myth. Bye, Zara. That's really a myth. Like, it doesn't matter if you use all 13 tags or not. Y'all, if you have 4 really good tags and those 4 really good tags are what people are searching for, your item will show up on Etsy. But why would you just take the opportunity to assume that those 4 are going to give you the sale whenever you have 13? What is a tag? So if you sell on Etsy, which if you're a creative, unless you have a full-blown audience of your own, you should definitely sell on Etsy. Etsy's got about 42 million people who shop there, and they buy creative products. So in Etsy, the most important part are your photos, your titles, and your tags. What are strong tags that you use? Y'all, I haven't even told y'all, but if you go to makersbonus.com, actually all the presenters have given you guys bonuses. So I have them all written down somewhere. Y'all, Makers Bonus. This will solve a lot of the questions that you're asking right now that I can't easily describe. So Makers Bonus, we've got a high-level training on how to find your perfect person online. I gave you 200 fall keywords. Like, I went and did some SEO homework this morning, and I created a list of fall keywords, 200 of them, for fall decor, fall wreaths, all the things. But listen, just because okay. So let me make it very clear, right? If you use my keyword list, yeah, it's for free. If you use my keyword list and fall deco mesh wreath shows up #1 on my keywords and you're trying to sell a grapevine wreath, it ain't how it works, right? So make sure if you choose one of my keywords that you use a keyword that describes your product. Y'all, I did that because I didn't want to waste valuable time out of this hour to describe you how to go find a good keyword, right? Like there's a quick video, tells you how to do it, saved us some time, right?
So we've got quite a few business questions if you're ready.
You want some questions?
Yeah.
So should one of the photos be the wreath on a door?
Should one of the photos be in the wreath on the door?
Should one of your photos be a wreath on the door? I like having one photo of a wreath on the door because it lets the customer get a good visual of the size of your product.
Okay, and if you edit photos,
You can.
what app do you recommend?
So y'all, this is an example of a wreath on a door. We actually take all of our photos on a white door like this, and we will zoom all the way in, maybe. That's as far as I can zoom in right now, y'all. But I will do several photos where all you see is the white background. Then I will step back and take a photo of about what you're seeing right now so that people can easily see the size of the wreath on a door. Y'all, but don't be tricking them. Like make sure you're using a standard size door, right? Like we can't have a 22-inch door so an 18-inch wreath looks like it's huge. Your customers are gonna feel a little bit jaded.
Do you recommend editing photos? And if so, what app do you recommend?
Do you edit your photos and what app do you use for?
So go back to the whiteboard.
Sure.
If you have an iPhone, pick, tap, go. Y'all, you can basically take your photo, click on it, and then choose one of the 50 presets at the bottom, and you just kind of pick which one you want. It's the easiest one that I've ever found to play with. If you have something besides an iPhone, I don't know. I would just go to your app store and type in phone or picture editors.
So does the ×3 pricing formula
Snapseed
work
is a
for
good one,
most
y'all.
crafts or just
Sorry,
wreath?
I knew it. I just had to think about it.
I got you right. The 3 times pricing, would you recommend that for other crafters or is that specific to wreaths?
So this one's going to be specific to wreaths and the floral industries. So like candle makers, soap makers, jewelry makers are sometimes between ×5 and ×10. They have a lot more labor intensive for a lower quality price point. So like it may only cost them 20 cents to make that bar of soap, but it had to cure for 3 weeks. So in their case, it's going to be a different industry pricing.
And when you're pricing materials and doing that ×3 pricing, do you price it by the spool, by the yard?
You'll make about 90 cents on the dollar, Jessica. So Jessica asked, with all the Etsy fees, how much will you make on the dollar? It's about 90 cents.
When you're using like a spool of ribbon, do you measure out for the price or you assume that the whole roll goes into the project?
You should measure out for the price.
What is the best way to keep track of your
large
material costs?
Wreath, sometimes it's better to just go backwards. So if you've already used a lot of the roll,
Do you have any recommendations on keeping track of pricing or what you use in material for your wreaths?
Well, so when I first started, I had a bucket that sat on my table. And as I finished a product off, I just threw the price tag off the product into that bucket. And that's how I would do it. On rolls of ribbon, all the prices are on there. So I recommend having a notepad or something next to you so you can just keep track of what you used.
How do you handle shipping costs with the prices on Etsy?
How do you handle shipping costs on Etsy?
How do I handle shipping costs on Etsy? Well, we negotiated a contract with FedEx, UPS, and we use a system called ShipStation. And we basically took an average price of all our shipping and divided it by the number of wreaths that we shipped and said that on average, we can ship a wreath for about $25. So we just have flat rate shipping. I will tell you that if you're using calculated shipping on Etsy, you're gonna lose some sales. So right now it's putting everything at priority shipping prices. And it's gonna deter your customers. It's gonna show them like $50, $60, $70 to ship a wreath.
What's the best type of lighting to use when you're taking pictures indoors?
So y'all, I also, let's see. So I went through some of the most common Etsy questions that I get every time I go live. And I thought we could myth bust those real quick if you guys wanted.
I have one quick
Yeah,
question.
go ahead.
Any kind of lighting recommendations?
Any type of lighting recommendations. What is the purpose of the light?
Indoors.
I'm gonna go indoor photos.
Indoor photos, then I would get a set of 3 or 4 box photo lights. Do I make subscription boxes? We do have subscription boxes. Do you have to go to the post office and talk to them to figure out as far as your shipping costs? Your post office is not going to help you. They don't negotiate prices. Your post office is what it is.
We've got about 3 minutes until 8.
We've got about how much?
3 minutes.
3 minutes? Okay. Y'all, so 5 of the biggest Etsy myths. Y'all also, remember, make sure you signed up for tonight, tomorrow night, and Thursday. On Thursday, we're going to have a panel of entrepreneurs, or makerpreneurs. We all have 6- and 7-figure businesses, and we're going to answer more business questions for the whole hour. So if you have questions that didn't get answered on Thursday, today, come back on Thursday, y'all. All right. So if you, one of the most common questions is, how many listings do I need to open your Etsy shop? Y'all, you only need 1. People recommend more. People recommend more just because the more listings you have, the more opportunities you have to get found on Etsy, but you only need 1 to get started. Number 2, you must have branding and an amazing business name. Y'all, that's not true. No one cares about your business name on Etsy or anywhere else. I hate to break every heart of every brand person, but my brand was a hot mess. Different divisions of our business. Our color scheme is different everywhere, and we don't have a logo. We ship every product out in a brown paper box. Like, that's all stuff that you don't need to worry about. Like, that's just being completely transparent. What they're gonna remember is that they got a product, and was that product amazing? Right? Y'all, the first time I got on stage and spoke and I said, oh, we've done about $3 million in sales and we don't have a website, like an official website, they almost fell on the floor. No one cares. Like, deliver the product, deliver the promise. Most important tags first. Y'all, it's not true. It's not true. Your tags don't matter where they fall in the algorithm on Etsy. Shorter the title, the better. Also false. So bad titles are just bad, right? So red wreath, that's a bad title. Red wreath, red Christmas wreath, wreath red color ribbon, blah, blah, blah. That's a bad title. So no matter if it's doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense, right? Copy title into the description. Y'all, that's a myth. The description does not count for your Etsy SEO. And it all has to be filled out. That is also a myth. That's what we talked about right here. You don't have to have all 13 tags to be ranked in a search, but you do need good tags. And if you have 13 good tags, it increases your chance to be found. But you can still be found if you only have 4 good tags, if you don't have a whole lot of competition. So y'all, what you should do between now and tomorrow's class is go to makersbonus.com and watch all the free training that we gave y'all. That way, whenever you come back tomorrow night, you guys can ask Christy all the questions. And then whatever questions Christy doesn't get, we can get to on Thursday. Y'all, let me write it out for you one more time.
You do calligraphy?
I did buy a hand lettering class, but I haven't taken the first lesson. Danielle, if you're watching, I'm sorry. But y'all, make sure you go do this, look through all the free training that we gave you, come back tomorrow with your questions. Y'all, we want to help you guys. And letting us do this and giving us a place to give some good free information to help all of you guys grow your business. I cut out right at the end. It's still frozen on my end.
Yeah, I can hear you if you just want to throw that out there.
Throw it out there again. Oh, I just said, y'all, let's show Michaels that we appreciate us getting a place to hang out.
No. If you're
Hey,
still
y'all.
talking, oh, hey, we can hear you now.
Hey, y'all, I'm taking over for Damon for a second. We just wanted to say thanks to Michaels for, hosting us, letting us have a free learning experience here. We do want to shout out to Michaels Pro program, the bulk buying program. You guys can check that out at michaels.com/Michaels Pro, right?
Yes.
And thank you guys again for showing up and asking questions. And make sure you guys sign up for tomorrow and Thursday as well. We'd love to see you guys again.
Awesome.
Also,
Thanks
Raina,
so
thank you for
much.
being so patient, because I know Damon cut you off all night, but
Oh,
he couldn't hear you. So I just wanted to say thank you, and we appreciate you.
not
you
a
guys.
problem. We had so much fun tonight. It looks like everybody in the chat is had a great time. If any of you made wreaths tonight and you want us to see it, please post them on social media. Make sure you hashtag Make It With Michaels, and we'd love to see whatever you created. So thank you so much, Parker and Damon. We had a great time tonight.
Thank you guys.
All right, thank y'all.
Bye.